Hi guys, welcome back to Sacred Chicks and How to Navigate Them. This is part two to Rockchuck, Sparrow, White Truck, Pharaoh. Okay, so where we left off was Pharaoh, ancient power, authority, spiritual leadership, and shadow side. And I think we're really being called to sink into this shadow, the hurt in our hearts, right? Um, as well as connect to the ancient wisdom within you, right? Really sink into yourself, right? Really find the God self, mind, body, soul, right? Um, yeah, mind, body, soul. So the Merkaba might be significant, like if you want to check into that. But it's literally the mind, body, and soul, along with the masculine and feminine aspect together, right? I don't know, I'm butchering it, but so really being called to sink into our ancient power as well and recognize like how powerful we are, right? That we can really command reality if we recognize that power within us, right? Um yeah, and that we have like we're being called the call that we're supposed to be answering is like our spiritual leadership, right? And really like leading in love, right? Um, then I wrote down 717 spiritual awakening, right path, mirroring energy, right? And I think, yeah, we're being called to like mirror out the energy that we want to see in our reality, right? The other day when I was doing my breath work, during the minute and a half breath hold, I was thinking like, um, you're you're focusing too much on the 3D, right? On the 3D and what's going wrong and what's happening, and what's not working in the way that you think it should work. But it's all divine, anyways, right? It's all for your highest good. Um, and when you're supposed to be focusing on the 5D, which is the reflection of the inner and the outer, right? Combined. So I think we're being called to do that, to really reflect on the creation that we want to create, what we want to create, rather than what is currently in our 3D reality. We're supposed to be focused on the 5D, on what we are creating, right? Because we are these little creatrixes, right? These little fairies, they are us. So, um, yeah, Rockchucks burrow inward. We're being called inward, right? To align our mind, bodies, and souls, right? Uh, they represent grounded earth energy, timing, protection, and boundaries. And then ducks, emotional navigation, family, community, like really realizing how important the village that we create is and how important the people we let in it is, right? The people we allow in our village is. Transition, migration, and then I wrote transform boo, because really allow yourself to come into this new way of being, right? And sinking into like what you're creating consciously, right? Um, and then I wrote white truck, purity, clarity, light, divine guidance. Truck carries burdens, represents a journey. Together carries clarity or a divine delivery. And I think the divine delivery is recognizing the divinity within you and that you are this God, goddess. And you're meant to create beautiful things, right? And then instead of creating worry, fear, negativity, and doubt, we're meant to be creating this beautiful dream world, this new world. This is how we create it, right? Via like the thoughts we are having, the emotional stability we are building, right, within our hearts, right? Because we're supposed to be leading in love. We're supposed to be these leaders, right? Um, okay, and then I wrote, you are more than enough. Like really sink into knowing that actually you're divine as fuck. And you're meant to be like really letting your light shine and help others through your experiences, right? Your experiences are individual, but the lessons are universal. So like everything has a reason. All the hurt, all the hate, the negativity, it all has a reason. Doesn't feel like it, and it may feel like a heavy freaking load, like a truck would be carrying, bro. But it's teaching you something. It's teaching you resilience. Not like you didn't always want resilience, you know. Yeah. It's teaching you resilience. It's teaching you to embrace the joy that is life. Right? It's teaching you a lot. And then I wrote a big shift with divine support. So like you do have something big coming in. Like you do have a divine present, a divine gift, which may just be presence. And you like really acknowledging how beautiful the present moment is. How beautiful it is to have fingertips. How beautiful it is to have a mouth to eat. How beautiful it is to have ears to hear. You feel me? Okay. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah. So I think I got through all the notes. Yeah. Just really know you're supported and you're guided through this transition, right? All right, 5:55 on the timer. Some from my Egyptian deck because the pharaoh thing, right? Yeah, the lunar queen, she of the celestial crescent. So like really sink into this intuition, which is the moon, bro. Really sink into the knowing, like that you know your cycles, like your cycles, maybe a big one. Like, and even men have cycles. So like it's important for us to know our rhythm, our flow, what works for us, right? And to stay on top of that when we find that flow, right? And magic and ritual, crafting a sacred practice. Definitely. I do feel that though, like really weaving your own way, right? Dang it, that was the other weaving, magic weaver. Really weaving your own way. That was the other note I had. I'll hopefully remember. But yeah, really weaving your own way, your own magic, really finding your ritual, your flow, and going with it, right? Right. So you have a lot of negativity and evil eye being sent your way just because like you're in your own bubble, you're in your own lane, you don't give a what anybody else is doing. And you're like really honing in on your light and cultivating it. See, like, and then because you embody this divine love, right? You don't really like embody the negativity, the hate. You know what I mean? That's why it's being sent your way because they don't feel they have the capacity to do the same, although they do. And that's why it's important you continue to send these people love and you continue to not let them affect your flow of your magic, like you're finding your magic, playing around with your magic, you really flipping your wand and having a good time, like being a beginner at whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? Don't let them affect this new journey of magic, right? Because they are having a hard time seeing their own, That's why it's important we send them love, right? And you're planting these seeds. It takes strength to do that, right? It takes strength to be like, I'm not going to worry about worry. I'm going to let worry go. And I'm going to continue to plant seeds of hope, alignment, really aligning my chakras, really like sinking into my confidence, really sinking into my innocence and allowing my inner child to play. That takes strength. And I'm proud of you. Yeah. And you let spirit lead you to this new journey that like is bringing you to the top of the world, right? You let spirit see how she's got this. You made the decision to like choose joy, to choose alignment, to choose happiness, to choose yourself. See how she's the one in this circle here? Yeah. And you had people that wanted to put a lot of burden on you and on your dreams or make it seem to where your dreams were burdensome so you wouldn't chase after them. And that's, like I said, just because they like fail to see their own dreams or what they want. And you kind of sing your own song, right? You're kind of like on your own journey. You be knowing the seeds you want to plant and what you want to do with life. And that's intimidating because, well, they don't. They're trapped in the matrix, trying to make that damn money. When you know the true pinnacle lies within your heart space. So that's where you sink, right? I'm setting the intention that this reaches whoever needs to reach, and I'm super grateful for each and every one of you. Have a great day.